What's going on, folks? It is Wild Out Wednesday right here on Deftal Radio. You're like, yeah,
Yo.
we got to give a shout out to DJ Mist, who is dealing with some asthma stuff. Is
I
that like
woke up.
notifications and stuff?
Yeah. So I left my phone card charger in the car last night.
Uh
I
huh.
was too lazy to get it, and I woke up this morning and I was like, you know what? I don't feel like dealing with this thing right now.
You're like,
So
man, man, screw this stuff. All right, so, yeah, there it is, there it is. Shout out to our folks here on YouTube. Hopefully, I'm gonna guess here, and hopefully we get some. There it is. Okay, cool. We got audio. We had um yeah, we didn't have any audio because we had it on the wrong setting, but it's working now. So sorry, Chandler. Chandler's like, you're a jerk.
yeah. Sorry, bro. Well, the app was working, but I'll get that audio up.
Yeah. We'll get it all fixed. He's dealing with some asthma stuff, and
Feel better, bro.
yeah, he'll be good. And then DJ Verse is dealing with 80,000 songs that he needs to export from his laptop or something. What did he say?
Hashtag DJ Life.
DJ Life. What did he say? He said it like his laptop was just like he probably just, I don't know. He has a lot of stuff on there. So, all right. I promised a friend that I'd give her a shout out on the air. She's like, hey, this is
So are you actually gonna do it?
yeah.
What
Shout out to Monica. Hopefully you're again later on. So shout out to Monica.
Oh, I'm supposed to call you, I guess.
Who said that?
Ray.
Can you call Quincy? Hey.
Sorry.
um, the old school style and play some music just as soon as you get your laptop open. Like stupid laptop.
DJ Life.
Hashtag DJ Life. And you might need to plug that bad boy in, bro. Where's your charger at? I left it at home.
Does every battery?
So yeah, got a great show as always. We're gonna be doing this old school and just playing whatever. So if you guys want to call in, are we set up for phones right now or no?
Yeah.
We good?
Yeah.
All right. So
Do you remember the number?
702-425-3355.
Oh yeah.
You like our numbers? It's awesome, dude. It works. So I'm gonna text Monica right now. So I shouted you out. Anyways, so yeah, we're gonna get into that. If you guys want to call in. We'll try and get to your request on Instagram at Deftal_radio. We are there, or on our Facebook at Deftal Radio, or on our website deftalradio.com. That's a lot of stuff to remember. So, God, biggest news that I mean, it's not huge news, but it's news. Came out this morning. I heard what you call it. So yeah, Kanye came out this morning. Showed up at WGCI over in Chicago. Shout out to WGCI, old school station. I mean, not old school, but like they've been around for many years.
So the link I watched, I only got to see half of what he had to say.
Yeah. So, what else we got going on? Oh yeah, I know you're happy about your Seattle Storm killing it, right? Like tied up the series.
Yeah.
Oh wait, they got I think in
What did you
WNBA I think it's 5 games instead of 7.
Yeah.
So they got one more, bro. One more, and they go to the finals.
Come on, NBA, get your life together. We need.
We need another team up there.
Right.
No, but you know what
mean,
though? Okay,
like,
go ahead.
Well, I want to say we're the only team that's been lost that everyone loves. But
I mean,
so
that was
hard to say.
that was such a great team that you guys had. I mean, even going back to the like Sean Kemp days and Detlef Shrimp. I can't even pronounce his name right. But got.
Even if you just feel bad for us, we accept your sympathy.
Yeah, but I remember they even had her before, but it was Nate Robinson came out and it was like, let's get a team back in Seattle and all that. So I think if it happens, I think if you get a team out in Seattle, they would have to even up like a couple teams would have to move to the Eastern Conference because let's say or it'll be somebody's moving, you know. But then that would make, and then like on top of that, we have Vegas, who's already like kind of working to get an NBA team out here. So
that was the next thing I was going to say. Here's my next concern. So, who gets, let's say Vegas and Seattle are both wave, or does Seattle get it because they've been
Well,
needing it longer?
I think. Well, okay. So Seattle has needed a team, right?
Even though Seattle's always been a prominent market, we're growing like incredibly fast.
Yeah.
But then now everybody wants to be professional sports in Vegas because they saw how the
Yeah.
from their hometown. So
Yeah.
you know,
That's what I'm saying. So like
from a business standpoint,
from a business standpoint, I would say Las Vegas gets it first.
yeah.
And the other reason why I say that is because uh, MGM has been really working to get the NBA here. They already have a summer league, NBA related events that they have out here.
Everything.
Yeah,
Spring league, summer league.
summer league. Yeah, summer league. No, NBA though. Ray said European League.
Don't be selfish. You're good. You're on.
You're good. I can hear you.
Thing?
Who's playing? Spain? Where do they play at? Yeah, so it's Euro Summer League. Hold on, sorry. So, but yeah, so there's a lot of stuff going on here, and I think from a business standpoint, Las Vegas is gonna get one first, but they can't. Like if they do get a team, it's somebody that's moving. It's not going to be a new franchise. Honestly, I would say it would probably be like even though the Clippers did a little bit better than the Lakers the last few years. I mean, Staples is always going to be the Lakers' home. There's no way the Lakers are moving. So that's my theory.
Speaking of everything Vegas, by the way, did you see that
Yeah.
the driveway off of Cobalt?
Yeah.
They're doing construction on the right there.
What's that? That's an MGM thing, or is it Caesars?
Caesars.
Okay, Caesars.
Forum.
They're
They're building a forum.
Oh.
In that parking lot. So you're gonna have the Coliseum, the Harrah's. They're building a whole other arena called the Caesars Forum.
Wow, they just started it too, right? That parking lot's huge.
They haven't even broke ground yet, I don't think, because all they have is the fence.
Yeah, I see the fence, and that's why I couldn't park there the other day.
Is that gonna be? It's crazy that they're doing that there because I don't know if it's still gonna happen. But did you see that ad about 6 months ago that MGM was supposed to be building that MGM Sphere?
Oh no, it's actually it's Madison Square Garden.
Madison Square Garden, yeah.
Yeah.
Sphere. Yeah, behind the strip on that side. That's crazy that they're so close to each other.
This is gonna be like the next few years. Vegas is gonna go I mean they're already huge in entertainment right now, right? But they're just with all these spots opening up, it's gonna be crazy.
If they book enough entertainment to fill these, I feel bad for the rest of the country because they're not going to be able to. Who are they going to book for the real Madison Square Garden?
Oh, could you imagine though? It's okay. So Madison Square Garden is going to open up. Can you imagine all the freaking basketball games that'd be in there? Because apparently, so the whole idea is actually a huge LED screen. It's a sphere, but you could it's just a huge LED screen. So I don't know how it'll translate inside, but I would imagine that it'd be just some crazy multimedia. Also, speaking of WNBA, the WNBA, the Las Vegas Aces have scored the #1 pick for next season.
So I saw on the ESPN reader board at the bottom of the screen.
Yeah,
it's our 3rd year in a row.
Yeah,
but it's only one season. How does that happen? Are those stats brought over from San Antonio?
Yeah, it's from San Antonio.
Okay.
But
is she the one that came from University of Washington? I think.
Oh, dope.
That's the white girl, right?
Yeah.
Yep. She's dope.
She's 5'8".
Yeah.
She's a little tiny one. And then Asia Wilson, obviously, we picked her up. And then I don't know what's going on with next year. I'm getting more excited. It's in our first year as a Las Vegas Ace. Can you imagine if we made the playoffs? That would have been something else. So, But I tell you what though, like
And people are like, oh, not everybody can be the Knights, but it's not the same thing.
it's not the same
Like
thing.
we were able
No.
to assemble the Knights the way we wanted to.
Yeah.
Like we took the aces from somewhere else. We didn't have a choice who
Yeah,
we got
yeah.
really. So
Yeah, pretty much. I mean, it was hard because I think what happened was that first year, and you know, don't mind me. I don't know a lot about hockey, but from what I heard was that they were able to assemble their assets in such a way that they could get star players right off the bat,
mhm.
and that's very rare.
Yeah.
You know, like
Well, what Mark, my buddy Mark was, Mark from Rick's, he was, they can belong to another team and take time off, and we can hire them for a season or two, but they still belong to another team.
oh, that's weird, dude. Oh well, it kind of happens in NBA, like, um, I don't know the exact terminology, but it's very similar, right? So like their contract is with let's say okay, so let's say the Warriors pick up a middle level player, right?
Yeah.
And then um the previous team would have like a 4-year contract on them, and then basically they're paying out like each season for 'em or something like that. So
Because we had some other teams rooting for us because
you know what's funny is that first season with the Knights, because I'm a Sharks fan, right? Like we picked up somebody from the Sharks, and I was like, yeah, cool. At least there's a Sharks player on the team. Blah blah blah. And then all of a sudden, yeah, he was traded away. I was like, whatever, Sharks all day, bro.
I just can't wrap my head around it. Like, how does your teammate play for me?
Yeah, that's weird. I think I think the way that you're describing it's a little bit more different than what I
But,
was. You know,
well,
but it's just weird.
basic principles.
I mean, it's hockey. Like, there's no quarters. It's periods. You know, it's like there's 3 periods, and there's. I like watching it. You know, but yeah, my thing is basketball.
Yeah.
So yeah, in summary, WNBA gets first pick. I don't know. Like I think that'll work out. That'll be dope because like we're gonna have 3 number 1 picks that are still on the team. This is a good job trying to make it to the playoffs. It was just 1 game, but you know, c'est la vie.
Right.
Anything else, man? We just ready for this music?
Yeah.
All right. When we get back, we'll talk a little bit about Kanye. So
Right.
yeah, Wild Night Wednesday, Deftal Radio, JQ and De Niro.
Here we go, yo. Here we go, yo. So what's the scenario? Here we go, yo. Here we go, yo. So what's the scenario?
Ayo, Bono 6 first up to back. No batteries included. Inside your eye to show you where I come from. I'm vexed, fuming. I've had it up to here. My days of pain, dues are over. Acknowledge me is in there.
Yeah.
Head for the border, go get a taco. I see record from you know. Yes, y'all.
Yes, y'all.
Who got the vibe? It's the tribe, y'all.
Tribe,
Real
y'all.
live, y'all.
Live, y'all.
Inside, outside, come around.
Who's that?
Brad, rotate the gates.
Contact.
Can I get a hit?
Hit.
Boom, bit with a brother named Tip, and we're ready to flip. East Coast stomping, loops more bounds to the ounce, and wow, how now, brown cow. We're ill till the steel gets down for the flex. Next is the textbook on. Yo, what's the scenario? Scooby-Doo, whoopie-doo, scenarios, radios, rates more than 4. Scores for the scores that smother dance floors. Now I go for mine.
Ella,
Anita,
Ea.
simply just a leader. Base in the space means peace, see you later. Later, alligator. Pop blows a weasel with back first fist foul, fight, laugh. Yo, how'd that sound?
It's a leader quest mission and we got the goods here. Never on the left cause my right's my good ear. I could give station, no time for hibernation, only elation. Don't ever try to test the water little kid. Yo, Mr. Busta Rhymes, tell them what I did.
heard you rushed and brushed, and it's the levels of the boom inside the ear.
You know I did it, so don't violate or you'll get violated. The hip hop sound is well agitated. Whenever
From the mind, heal up, wheel up, bring it. Vocabulary necessary when digging into my library. Oh my God, pardon me, as I come back, as I did the girl, I had to beg your pardon. When I travel through the turn, I roll with this, I will put you in a turban and have it smelling right like some old stale urine. Chuckity choco, the chocolate chicken, the rear cock diesel, the cheeks they were kicking. Yo, bust it out, observe the vibe and check out the scenario. Yeah, my man, motherfucker.
So what's the scenario? Yo. Here we go, yo. So what's the scenario? Here we go, yo. Here we go, yo. So what's the
Whole style. Are you tired of the same old cover bands playing the same old thing at the same old hole in the wall? Well, it's time to change things up. Head on over to Mizuya at Mandalay or on MandalayBay.com and definitivetalents.com/events.
I don't know, bit too much of Hennessy. So precious when you smile. Hit, girl, I lose myself up in those eyes. Hands on your body, I don't wanna waste no time. Just lay with me. What is this now? The way you in I'm so happy that you are alive. Girl, anything I could do just to make you feel alright. Oh, I just, even when it's raining, all you ever do is shine. You on fire.
Hey, hey.
Start just like Mariah. Man, this feeling's on your body. I don't wanna waste no time. Feels like forever. The way you in me
So I rented
Yo,
Infinity War.
I never fucked Wayne, I never fucked Drake. All my life, man, fool, he
I watched
just
that,
ate.
like,
I don't
5
duck
times.
nobody but tape. Yeah, that was a set of shots, we us straight. These girls are my sons, John and Kate.
You talking
Plus
about this
8
book?
when I walk in tear of an update. Hut 1, hut 2. Big bitch with a top is. Ring finger with a rock is. These if we don't fuck with. I don't fuck with them chickens unless they last Lance Stevens.
freeze every bottle and cup in the sky. Sparks in the air like oh, if you lame you know it, be quiet. Snooze only, independent only, boss only.
I never Nikki cause she got a man, but when that's over, then I'm first come from that video. You know, LA traffic, how the city's. Yeah, low key and maybe high key. I been peeped that you like me, you know?
Money.
Who the fuck you really? She say I'm obsessed with thick women, and I agree. Yeah,
Let's see, what
that's
were we?
right. Yeah, so thick
Maria's
that
still
everybody
going.
else in the room is so uncomfortable.
Luxor's still going.
Arizona, Houston, Texas,
That's
with
the
the
West
face,
is
yeah, players.
Yup.
But you the badass, cause you're doing
Yup.
makeup and hair for what you are. That's cause I believe in
And cup in the sky. Sparks in the air
Wow,
like the
that's-
4th of July.
It's been a minute then, huh?
Nothing but bad, nothing but real news only. Bad bitches only. Rich news only. Independent only. Only.
I never Nick and that's fucked up. If I did fuck, she be fucked up. Whoever is hidden ain't hidden.
I know, I did the same thing too.
My goons so overzealous. I'm from Holly Grove, the holy mecca. Talents say I got money for days. I sperm and I shake, but I'm stuck in my ways. My girlfriend would beat up if she wave. They better not fuck with her surfboard. Surfboard, my eyes just so bright, I take cover for shade. Don't have off, I blow your face off. I mean, pop, 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 then I take off. Now you see me, now you don't. Like Jamie Foxx, hanging like Ray Charles. 16 in the clip, 1 in the chamber. 17
You guys
wall
are
bullet
such
with
kids,
17
man.
bullets. My story is how I went from poor me to police for me.
The 4th of July. Nothing but bad bitches in here tonight. Oh, if you lame you know it, be quiet.
Yo, moolah, babe.
Nothing but real news only. Bad news only.
I know, the camera's on, bro.
Bitches only. I got my
Watch your
real niggas
language,
by my side.
Raymond.
Only.
This is new music on Deftal Radio.
Is he speaking to me, fat?
Got a bed with your name on it.
$1,000 sheets. Waiting for you on some $1,000 sheets. I got caught at 3 on repeat. Back shots to the beat of on you. Got me acting like you got a milli on you. Wanna fall through, then you better control.
Don't make me wait until the morning. Got a bed with your name on it. With your name on it. Let me good, let me down, turn me down. Got a bed with your name on it. With your name.
You told me you want away. Messed around, put it down on you. I'ma do everything I said I'm gonna do. Pretty little body in the better on you. Might have to blow it like a feather on you.
Got a bed with your name on it. With your name
I know.
These niggas scared they doing 50 and a 55. I'm trying to clap them like somebody told them give me 5. I'ma be a half an hour, but I told him give me 5. I'm trying to dance on him, blow my advance on him. I like him better when he got some sweatpants on him. I like look at him looking up. I said you need some thick skin, baby, suck it up. Go insane on it. I put my fame on it. Could have put Zane on it, but I want it. But your name on it, gotta kiss. But your name on it. But your name on it. Love me good, love me down, turn it down, baby.
Deftal DJs. Deftal DJs.
Oh yeah, I got the perfect song for the kids. It's Elegant Sky. 25, jokes on you, we still alive. Throw your hands up in the sky. This is your first time hearing this. You are about to experience something so cold. We never had nothing handed, took nothing for granted, took nothing from no man. Man, I'm my own man. But as a shorty, I looked up to the dope man. Only a dope man, I knew that. This is for my outside all winter, cause this summer they ain't finna. Say next summer I'm finna. Sitting in the hood like community colleges. This dope money here is Lil Trey scholarship. Cause ain't no tuition for having no end back. Drug dealing just to get by. Stack your money till it gets sky high.
That's 25. Jokes on you, we still alive. Throw your hands up.
Still hustle cause it can't shine on 65. And everybody selling makeup, Jacobs and bootleg tapes, just thumbtacks. We take that money, cop work, then push packs to get paid. And we don't care what people say. Mama say she wanna move south, scratching lottery ticket size on a new house. We take work, the drug game, believe me, it's hard to get weight. Don't care what people say.
Drug dealing just to get by. Stack your
Kids sing.
You're not supposed to make it past 20. We don't care what people say.
You know the kids gon' act a fool when you stop the programs for after school. And they DCFS, some of them dyslexic. They favorite 50 cents. Just start. Hold up, hold fast. We make more cash. Now tell my mama I belong in that slow class. Sad enough, we on welfare. You tryna put me on a school bus with the space for the wheel. Look who was handed us. Fathers abandon us. When we get them hammers, gon' call the ambulance. Sometimes I feel no one in this world understands us, but we don't care. Kids sing, kids sing.
We are back, y'all. Wild Not Wednesday, Deftal Radio, JQ and De Niro. So yeah, we on that Kanye stuff. So
Yeah.
in the news today, Kanye, I don't know if you guys have been following up on live in the studio, and he just went on this rant about love and all that, which is great, which is fine. But then he said some stuff that was really, really just out of pocket, like he said, like he said that
Understood what he was saying. Like he came from a good place, but that's so hard for people to understand. Like he didn't, you know, it's like he's just throwing things out there. You know what I mean? He's just.
I see Ray picked up.
Comment on that.
This is true. Like
he wasn't brought over the boat and brought over here. That wasn't their choice.
Right.
Yeah, I don't know. Like, what are you on, homie? So, he went on WGCI this morning. Shout out to WGCI out in Chicago, hometown for Kanye, Kanyeezy. I'll run this real quick. And let's
So I speak from a black woman's perspective. I'm African American. I do love the human race, but I'm not gonna lie. I'm about my world listens. You have that power. When you listen, you could tweet something and the whole world pays attention to black people and in the betterment of black people.
One thing is like, I don't know if I properly apologize for how that slave comment maybe. I'm sorry for the 1-2 effect of the MAGA hat into the slave comment. And I'm sorry for people who felt let down to talk to you about what the way I was thinking and what I was going through and what led me as a family. And this just proves how much love, and sometimes I think people don't feel the love. And I say, I can still feel the love because I come home to Chicago all mine now, but sometimes you don't feel the love because you're looking for it in certain, looking to get validated. You hear people negative comment on everything. It's these slides just too small. Need somebody to do something just to see if you still love them. And one thing that I got from the TMZ comment is it showed me how much black people love
you. Said it because black people do count on you and they do appreciate you, but
and love me
and love you. Absolutely. But you talked about people seeing the love, and I really just want to be open with you, man. And I feel like if I've ever heard you address that people feel like that. How do you feel about people feeling that way about you?
Well, actually, it's an extended. The Kardashians are an extended piece of, you're saying comments, so I still want to touch on this and I want to touch on that.
Okay.
You said, I ain't gonna lie, I'm about my people. I have a suggestion, an adjustment to that statement. To just change the mind to all.
But when I say my people, I see how black people are still not treated fairly in this country, and that hurts. And first and foremost, I received your apology so much that it almost brought tears to my eyes because as a black woman, that's what we miss from you, Kanye. Like, seriously. Like, I was really emotional apology, and I appreciate it because you are in a position that not everyone gets to be in. And like I said, when you speak, the whole world listens. And your voice is so powerful that you have the ability to make true changes that can I sit from this position and I say my people. I just feel that way. I didn't mean to cry. I really didn't mean to cry. But you're so important. God has blessed you. And I respect your viewpoint because maybe I'm not there that I respect when you say you're about the human race, and that is absolutely right. But as an African American woman, I see things that my people, black people, go through that way. I'm so sorry. I did not mean to cry. I swear I didn't mean to cry. I swear I didn't mean to cry. I didn't mean to get emotional. But I just wanted you to know, like, how it felt when you said that, and when you were apologizing, I felt as though you got it, and I appreciate it. I really do.
Thank you. Thank you for letting me see and feel this because, like, when you be out in this level of a connection or this level of a feeling of, what my voice could then sell, this, that, and it makes you feel like your voice is not meaningful. Like, that's what I'm saying. That spirit, and let's feel the love and let's stick together at all times, because there's times where I think that people act out and do things because they're, environment, like the need to be around the friends and the energy. Like, for instance, it's like Don C just is like not around as much, and the people that as much as Don C did, because we like moving, like Kanye West is like an entity, like a money making machine or something, and you get into that situation and you don't have people that are sure. Because I even have people that was with me at TMZ that could have stopped it. They could have stopped it. They could have said, like, yo, this is going too far. That's just allowing, these things to happen. So I believe that it is directly related to Don C not being around.
Wow.
And because at the very beginning of my career, right, we rebuilding, what I can do, and it's a new, speaking third person, it's a new Kanye West that you're gonna see that's gonna be better because of this mental health situation. It's gonna be better because of this TMZ situation, and Don is actually to be there for me. So shit like this don't happen to me because it's.
I got to return the hug. And you came home to see your family.
We talked early in this conversation, and I asked you a question, and I'm thinking at that time you might not have had an answer about what are you missing not being in Chicago, and I feel like this is the answer to that question. You know what I'm saying? When you talk about having the people that started with you, John, be critical of some of the things you're going through, but you told us today that you had conversations with him.
Right.
I'm glad to see that you're back here in Chicago and you're reconnecting with the people that were with you at the beginning of this career. You know what I'm saying? I think that's a beautiful thing.
And one thing that we can learn from family with her at all times in every situation. So it's all of them against Hollywood. So you gotta have that support system. I'm out here doing superhero acts on the daily, and people who are inspiring you, and it's like you need a village around you when you got someone who has so many responsibilities. Where I have a voice for the black community, I got I'm producing people trolling me. I'm dealing with people. There's a lot of pressure. I'm pitted in competitions directly with. So like at the same damn time, like I'm literally gotta have the shoes popping to the Off-White Nike Louis Vuitton level. I gotta have a record popping to the Kiki level. I gotta have and then I gotta make sure it's enough inside a country that we got brought into, and then I still gotta get the sandals the right size.
All right, well, let's do this, Kanye. We're going to continue the conversation with you, but for everybody listening right now, I just want to know WGCI.
What I'm saying is thank you for, like I'm saying, riding with me, and I need y'all as a city to just have my back, and I promise you, you're going to see relationships and the new ideas and the exposure that I've gathered is about to be applied now, and I appreciate y'all still letting me come up here and just talk to you about it.
That's dope. And I hope we see you here with that too. I hope we see you more of you too, brother.
Kanye West, man.
And that is it. What are your thoughts, bro?
I don't know how he's famous, but I can relate to him. Like everybody that hits me up, it's always about DJing and going to the club. Yeah. Everybody that visits that knows me that I don't really know always hits me up about DJing and going to the club. I never get to express myself how I really feel, and it kind of affected me about a month ago.
Older than a lot of people's plates, so I get it. Yeah, I like at first. Okay, so like my initial reaction to this morning was, okay, this is just Kanye being Kanye, trying to get his people back. So he's really being sincere about what he's saying? Like, is it just like a publicity stuff to get his popularity back after that thing? But the more listening to that for a second time, I was like, wow, I you know what, I think, especially when his peers are being critical about what he's doing and responding to him and for doing what I did, I didn't, and like and for him to be like, oh, I reached out to the folks that rode with me like back in the day. I kind of think like it's like, I think that's what like what they were saying. he kind of started losing.
Yeah.
Well,
But
on another level, I think also him losing his mom, because I think his
Yeah.
mom played a big part in keeping him grounded and all that stuff, right?
Yeah.
So once his mom passed away, he lost kind of like that
Yeah.
always been Kanye, right? I can do this myself. Like he never needed no A&R.
Yeah.
He just did everything himself. So, but for him to hear that he reached out to people that rode with him in the very beginning to kind of get him squared away and back to where he needs to be, that alone trying to accomplish. So, yeah, I mean, like I'm really praying for him. Like I hope that what happens next is almost like a rejuvenation of who he is.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So
I feel like he always one's gonna agree with, then he's gonna be in the fire.
No,
and I feel like the one day that he was in the position on the format with the state of mind to express himself, the wrong things came out.
Yeah.
But he's if his IQ was like 40 points down, he would be able to deal with this a lot better.
Yeah.
Right. So, and one important thing he said was the reason why Kim is able to be so successful is she has her family by her all the time.
Mm.
If I had my family out here, I wouldn't be sitting here right now. I would have lost it already. Like,
Yeah.
I have a lot of friends out here in Vegas and in Seattle who DJs who either gave up or they fell off because they didn't have. That's why they're able to hold it together.
Yeah. And I see with you, like I mean, you got your parents here and everything, which is great, and you obviously got us, you know.
Right.
So I think I don't know, like maybe because okay, like for me personally, when he started doing like the weird stuff, not really. I mean, it's not weird. A lot of people loved like a lot of his stuff. Like he was his first 3 albums were just amazing. I loved his first 3 albums, right? And then he did the Heartbreaks and 808s.
Yeah.
Right? Like he's always like he wants to be on the forefront of like changing styles and even with fashion. Like we can't even talk about Kanye without talking about the shoes now, right?
Yeah.
But he's always like trying to do things differently, and for a while like he lost me because I didn't hold. There wasn't like that same soul that he had with his first 3 albums. You know what I mean? It was a different soul. Don't mind you? I'm not saying that was the wrong thing to do.
It's a different hunger, maybe.
It's a different hunger. It's a different feel to what he was trying to accomplish. So merge everything together and like everything that he's been doing like these last let's say 10 years.
Mm-hmm.
Like if he's just gonna put that into a new product, I can't wait to see what's gonna come out. So the other thing too that I wanted to figure out, like I read somewhere that was he really truly diagnosed as being bipolar?
Jimmy Kimmel.
Okay.
He talked about it a little bit.
Oh, really?
He never actually said I am bipolar, but because Jimmy had introduced the album, and Kanye was like, I feel like you just ignored what it says on it. You ignored the title of the album, and he said, oh, I'm sorry, and he read it, something like that.
Uh-huh.
I forgot that's what the album's called.
Oh, okay.
And then he spoke a little bit about it. I don't remember exactly what he said, but
can we pull that up?
Let me see if I can find it. Yeah,
let's pull that up because I like with this whole thing at WGCI and like like I didn't have the taste for it, right? It wasn't part of my taste. So, but that's not to say that what he was doing was wrong. I'm just saying, I wasn't a fan for a while. But if we can find,
this is it right here. Do you want to watch it?
Yeah. Let's go and play that.
Recording artist, fashion designer, and shoe salesman. His new album
Shoe
is
salesman.
called Yay! Please welcome Kanye West. Thanks for being here, and thank you. Just honestly true. The last time, a few years ago, you sent me a pair of Yeezys. I have never in my life had more people come up and talk to me than when I was walking around in them. To the point where I was like, this is crazy. I got to get these off. People are chasing me. See them sleeping on the street waiting for these shoes. Is that for you more rewarding than hearing people say they like your music?
Both.
It's both are. Yeah. Yeah. Sometimes it's like the thing you are accustomed to hearing, and you start hearing something else, and it's more exciting to hear something else. But not
exciting for people to appreciate that.
Yeah.
Especially if people, didn't think that it was possible. Like when I started off art school.
Right.
And I decided to start doing music, and people said it wouldn't work out. And then I started producing and selling beats, and I started selling beats to Jay-Z, Rockefeller, and that started going well. And I said I wanted to rap, and people said that was rappers.
Mhm.
And that started working out. Then I said I wanted to design clothes, and then that started working out.
What's the next? What is next for you?
I would totally be involved.
You should design the uniforms for the Space Force. Is that something that you would do if President Trump, your wife was here last week? Oh my goodness. Space Force. Somebody put a leash on him, will you? Your wife was here last week, and she's very nice, and she did something that I would imagine you're very proud of. A woman who got life in prison, like real life in prison, for a first-time drug offense. Was that something that you discussed with her before she did it?
Well, she's super passionate about it, and it was amazing for her to see that dream come true.
Were you at
Well, he is a player.
People got really mad when you were, some people were very happy when you said you liked President. You can answer whatever you want.
Well, it's funny, in this world that we live in, there's two main motivating forces, and I tweet about it all the time, is locked up for murder. And I love him. And so he did a bad thing, but I still love him. And just as a musician would, all these different things, everyone around me tried to pick my candidate for me.
Mm-hmm.
And then told me every time I said I like Trump that I couldn't say it out loud, or my career would be over. I'd get kicked out of the black community because blacks. Even when I said it right before I went to the hospital, and I expressed myself, and when I came out, I had lost my confidence, so I didn't have the confidence to take on the world and the possible backlash. And it took me a year, no matter what the consequences were. And what it represented to me is not about policies, and because I'm not a politician like that, but it represented overcoming fear and doing what you felt, no matter what anyone said, and saying you can't. Well, at that point, if I'm afraid to be me, I'm no longer Ye. That's what makes Ye. And I actually quite enjoy when people actually are mad at me about certain things.
You must enjoy it.
Yeah. I actually quite enjoy it.
Because your wife was
right or wrong, or even if I changed my mind about it or thought about it more, which I'm not saying I did, just place a thought out there that everyone's not thinking sometimes. Galileo, they went to sun revolved around the Earth,
right?
Vice versa. So when you have modern,
but the sun,
futuristic, I'm not concerned about the specifics, sir.
Right. Is it just you just look at it like, hey, I put it out there, it's out there, there's no point regretting it?
I think people focus too much on the past and focus too much on regret. Even like when you deal with schools, like history class. I've never heard of a class that balance a checkbook or how you control your finances, which my father never taught. We start to believe that it actually repeats itself, and we become overly traditional, and we can't advance as a race of beings. We get too caught up in the past and what everyone's saying and what everyone's tweeting. And when I mean simulation, this is what I mean by the simulation. Sorry, I know you guys wanted to clap, but everything I'm going to say is going to be amazing. Here's the idea why you're in a simulation. It's at a restaurant, the entire restaurant screams, teach that kid how to act. We're all unpaid actors in some giant script that we didn't write. Simulation, a 2-year-old jumps on a coffee table and someone says, and he's got his cape on, to something where he has to think about this person's like a family member he doesn't like anyway. He's 2 years old. He doesn't give a about a coffee or a table. And he's starting to like calculate all these things. And by the time you're 40 years old, you've got a wall full of coffee choice calculating you into this townhouse that's not quite as big as the townhouse next, and it just never works. You know, that's the simulation that I'm talking. That's what I mean when I say simulation.
I think I understand what you're saying, but I might not.
We are too protective. We always don't want someone to get hurt. Can you imagine me talking to my publicist before I said I'm going on TV again? Like I'm going on.
You should be wearing a helmet.
I love Jimmy. We can have a dialogue about the president and not a diatribe. You know, it's like I got that from Sarah Jessica Parker.
Is that right?
Yeah. The shot that got missed on TMZ is the main thing that I was stressing is the idea of trying love. You know, we're always, you know, pushing out so much hate, and love can cure the word that people often say in a positive connotation, but it's actually one of the 7 deadly sins. And it takes too much ownership, but you can replace pride with love. And when I say love, for one person to stand up against all odds and just hug somebody the way that Alice Johnson hugged her family when she got out of jail. That one by one, we think of everyone as our family. And how would we treat our kids? How would we treat our
I think that's a beautiful thought, but just in literal terms, there are families being torn apart at the border of this country. There are literally families being, whether we like his personality or not, his actions are really what matter. I mean, you so famously and so powerfully said George Bush doesn't care about black people. It makes me wonder what makes you think that Donald Trump does, or any people. And Kanye West. His album's called Will. Kanye is on the cover. We just got this magazine, Bizarre Magazine. There you are with your kids. Oh, they're very, very cute. Climbing on your head. Do you dress them? Do you pick their outfit? Do they love that? I mean, do they understand that process, that you draw something and then it becomes their clothes?
Yeah, my daughter went to a fashion camp for 5 days a couple weeks ago, and I visited her, and we put about the 15 years that I've been working on apparel, and for my friend Virgil to be the head of Louis Vuitton, and for me to have this, you know, $1.8 billion company out of, Daddy, do you have a sewing machine like this at your office? And I brought her to my office, and she did a bunch of sketches, and my head pattern cutter made her dresses right there.
Really?
For her. So she loves coming to the office and doing sketches.
Boy, that's so much. One of the songs on your album is about, you're in the song, and correct me if I have any of this wrong, you're imagining your daughter as an adult dating and men looking at her. And you're very, very worked up about this.
Oh, I think lifetimes and lifetimes ahead.
And you actually are imagining like guys, the objectifying. Do you feel like your attitude towards women has changed since having daughters?
Nah, I still.
What kind of stuff do you look at? What categories?
Black is my favorite category. Me and Kanye West, if you can, let's break down the porn categories. A lot of black on white, obviously.
Oh, yeah. It's mirroring your own self, your own situation.
My own reality. I need that double.
I'll show you after the show.
No, I don't want to see.
You have some really heavy songs. One of them is called I Thought About Killing You.
You know, someone emailed me after that song came out and said that they had their mom had passed away and that they had taken 60 pills.
So it's
And that is a refrain in that you say premeditated murder. That came from somebody writing you?
no, after the song
After the song,
came
I
out,
gotcha.
but elves was a form of premeditated murder.
Sure.
And what I said is like people are so afraid to face what we're actually. We want to put a patina on it and not face it. And I think the breakthrough for that album for me, I don't do old versions of music. I'm looking to just find something new. This like super PC Hollywood, you can't say nothing wrong day and age. It's like Kanye West's first song, I Thought About Killing You, and take you through the thoughts. You know, like the other day I tweeted, how to not kill yourself, part against all odds. There's times when you can go into that place and
Correct me if I'm wrong, but the how-to was don't be around people who make you want to kill yourself, right?
yes,
Yeah.
that was Queen film because this is a beautiful, amazing artist that killed himself, and he always would talk about it. He even designed his own casket, and I've thought of like casket design. I thought about a tombstone that said, "Are you happy now?" So
It's funny, but not funny, really, though, because
Yeah.
you talk to people.
yeah, but you have to be careful and well, not be careful, just be expressive and understand that all these people are sensitive people. Like you get these celebrities and they get a bad photo for a son, a mom, a dad. And I think I fight for all of us.
Well,
since
you
I'm-
have a lot of empathy, I guess, if that's the way you're thinking.
I do have a lot of empathy.
Dog Yang is a beautiful photograph. You recorded this up in Jackson Hole, Wyoming. And not only this, but you put out 5 other albums with other artists that you produced at basically within like a month-long period.
No, I actually slept a lot during the project.
While they were recording?
Yeah, I have a team and we work together. I spent a year and a half after I got out the hospital, and I would go to Amoeba record store and I just started chopping up better or worse, whatever. But it was therapeutic just to listen to those songs and sample and go back to being 14 years old in my mom's house. And by the time it was time to do to put the albums out, we have a whole team at Yeezy Sound, 6, 7 people, ideas that I want on the song, and I just go to sleep and just wait for them to.
You're working while you sleep. That's a hard worker, right?
I have to get it. I feel like you avoided this album title.
Yeah, no, I don't.
I mean, what it says right here on the.
I hate
title.
being bipolar. It's awesome. I have bipolar is part of what makes you brilliant, part of what makes you you, and you embrace it.
Yeah, I think that's another one of those things where people are like, "How are you going to talk about it?" The funny thing is, this is something I was like on the internet before. It was kind of funny. It drives more of how you really feel. It doesn't do an opposite thing. So I think it's important for us to have conversations about, open conversations about mental health, like taking medication. And I think it's good that when I had my first complete blackout at age 5, my mom didn't fully medicate me because I might have never been yay. And there's times where at least I'm happy that I know, like even like for the interview, I knew I wanted to awesome is that the world got to really experience someone in a ramped up state. And that's when you get these comments that just shoot out, like almost like Tourette's.
Because you have highs and lows. And when you have a high, you're on a roll. And when you have a low, you're
Well,
not.
there's some cases of bipolar.
Extreme periods of depression?
Oh, no.
No. Oh.
No. Because I just say it. I'll say on real TV, like, oh, I thought about killing myself, and then the thought is gone,
Wow. So all people need to do is get on TV. That's really the solution.
Well, they need to be able to express themselves without. Who do you know? And let's go, especially black men. But I'm 41 years old, and I don't know anyone, that up as much as I have that's still as successful. So I want to prove that you can get fat, you can say the wrong things, you can. Yeah, it's
Yeah. There's one person. Kanye West, everybody. This is his album. It's called Yay. I am Jimmy Kimmel. I hope you enjoyed that video.
But yeah.
And it ended up cutting off that whole segment. I mean, not a segment, but go out on a limb here and say that.
I think. Go ahead.
I was going to say that, like, in terms of being vocal and the intelligence level, he's up there. He's up there with like like with the Tupacs and folks.
From the time you were born to the time you pass, and not just from the mistakes you've made. Like
Yeah.
your actions and your resume speak louder than your words. You should be able to say things and throw ideas out there and not be judged for them. Be like, oh well, he's fired, or we're not with him anymore. We're he not. You know what I mean? It's like you should be able to say things that make people think, and then but the free thinking thing that he's trying to get across, he might have said things that piss people off, but I think ultimately he's trying to just get the free thinking idea out there, which I agree with. But
I agree with it too.
You have to, again though, with the mental health thing, you got to be careful because some people can't. The way the radio host things, or maybe they've impacted them more than they have impacted you. So you have to be careful sometimes because you
don't want to.
You can't. That could be like the straw that broke the camel's back.
Oh yeah. Like it's almost like a domino effect. Like
you don't want to break someone if it's really
It's like waves.
Yeah. Where's your mic?
He's got a mic in front of him, but he's like yelling.
It's called a ripple.
I know. But anyways, thank you, Raymond.
I feel like I just completely contradicted.
Right now, let's take a break. Let's go and throw some music on. When we get back, we'll just wrap this up, and
cool.
Let's get to it.
Feeling all the highs, feel all the pain. Not thinking straight, blurring all the lines, you intoxicate me.
DeftalRadio.com.
Baby, lay on back and relax. Kick your pretty feet up on my dash. Who knows where this road is supposed to lead? We got nothing but time. As long as you ride here next to me, everything's gonna be alright. If it's meant to be, it'll be, it'll be. Baby, just let it be. So won't you ride with me, ride with me, see where this thing goes. If it's meant to
Don't mean to be so uptight, but my heart's been hurt a couple times by a couple guys that didn't treat me right. I ain't gonna lie, ain't gonna lie. Cause I'm tired of the fake love. Show me what you're made of.
And it's easy to see. If it's meant to be, it'll be, it'll be. Baby, just let it be. If it's meant to be, it'll be, it'll be. Baby, just let it be. So won't you ride with me, ride, it'll be. Baby, if it's meant to be. So come on, ride with me, see where this thing goes. So come on, ride with me, baby, if it's meant to be. But if it's meant to be, it'll be, it'll be. Baby, just let it be. If it's meant to be, it'll be, it'll be. Baby, just let it be. So won't you ride with me, see where this thing is. If it's meant to be, it'll be, it'll be. Baby, if it's meant to be, if it's meant to be, it'll be, it'll be. Baby, if it's meant to be.
This is new music on Deftal.
With a hood rep. Southside with a L because I'm French. I'm trying to make my mama proud. Sound like I ain't trying to let my mama down. I'm just trying to make my mama proud.
Mama, how I filled up with bags of Hercules. Soon as I finished no bestest, I couldn't do nothing right like a lefty. Used to eat and go to sleep on the same couch. Me and mama got busted at the same time. Things I have always worn more than one. Yeah, I'm real, I'm ill, you know you gotta feel. You poppin', I'm real than $2 bills. Yeah, tryna make my mama proud, yeah. I ain't tryna let my mama down. Yeah, mama ain't raised no, one more time. Yeah, my mama ain't raised no.
My mama ain't raised no. Cause my mama ain't no. My mama ain't raised no. Drop a pin in 10, we at your toe. Cause my mama ain't no. I was running up a check, put the homies on the desk. I was in the port, I ain't never mama. When I leave the houses for them dollars, you was the reason I brought that chopper. Cause I know you wanna see me come on proper. Soon as I get right, I said I got you, then I got you.
I'm trying to make my mama proud, yeah. I ain't trying to let my mama down.
Yeah, mama ain't raised no. One more time. Yeah, my mama ain't raised no. Yeah, mama ain't raised no. Yeah, mama ain't raised no. Yeah.
Mama told we wore the same clothes. I kicked the door, I risked it off a door. I found that 484 and turned me to an animal. Got that wild loaded in my caliber. Mama told me Perkins that keep giving me these bugs. Not your partner, son, when you come up. All them bitches in your face, son, they all piranhas. Stay up out the way, but beat them if you run up. Mike Jack and his prime.
I ain't trying to let my mama down.
Yeah, mama ain't raised no. One more time. Yeah, my mama ain't raised no. Yeah, mama ain't raised no. Yeah, mama ain't raised no.
Southside with a L.
皆さん Jay-Z をなりたいよ。彼はすごいかっこいいけど、あれ全然でも知ってないの。Rockefellerや。Jigga, jigga, that, jigga. Jigga, jigga,
Come on and track like with a throwback jersey and it fitted. Might blow a bag of Hershey in the cities. I might take sips of campus. I'm playing guts on a cruise, Hermès boat shoes. The Azar bucket on, I'm so old school. Yellow wristwatch, Gucci flip flops. 6 top model chicks, who is with me? Get it's me, it's how it's supposed to be when you rollin' with G's. Ho! Back up in this like whoa. Chicken get this whole jumping like 6 poles. He is I and I am him. And if y'all got love for me, I got love for y'all. And if y'all go to war for me, I go to war with y'all. Hold, so I breeze through G, buying out the ball on our way to Spa. She never seen 100 on the wrist before. Never seen 22s on the 6 before. I am killing them out there, they needing first aid. Cause the boy got more 6s than first grade. The crib got killer views and square feet. You have to film MTV Crib, just wanna see what's in your Frankie V pants. Waist is low enough to let your waist show. Top like a rock star, I got a fast car. We can cruise the city doing a slim with the tilted brim or 20-inch rims. And if y'all got love for me, I got love for y'all. And if y'all go to war, haters no like, but they gotta with it cause the flow's so tight. Gnarly dude, I puff on Molly dude all day like Rastafari. Rover, senior, over, she can do whatever. Sip something with soda, she can leave whenever. Sip something with Hova, we can play whatever. Slay better sofa, and the prognosis, sex is explosive. Left foot with wet bed sheets, I'm focused. He is I and I am him. Got love for me, I got love for y'all. And if y'all go to war for me, I go to war with y'all. OC.
Deftal Radio.
Yeah. Hey, I work hard every day. I work hard every day. But today it's my day. La 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 la. Yeah. Roll it to the spot, feeling real good. Think you gon' talk, you better not my home. That I don't know. Now they know my name wherever I go. Used to think that's what I wanted, but now just don't know. And just silly now, it's as quick as you rise, just as quick as you could fall. Oh no, I can't f with that at all. Can't f with that at all. I work hard every day. But today is my day. It's my la 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 la. Yeah. All she ever wanted was attention and a bunch of other shit I shouldn't mention. Cause she got daddy issues for days. Her right along with you. So we gon' fuck around and vibe and vibe and vibe and vibe. I'm trying to live my life, but am I doing it right? They tell me I'm the man, you the man right now. You the man right now with the whole wide world in the palm of your hand right now. Cause you know I work hard every day. I work hard every day. And no matter what they say, it's my day. La 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 la. Yeah.
Be true, I swear I'll try. In the end, it's him and I. He's out his head, I'm out my mind. We got that love, the crazy kind. I am his, and he is mine. In the end, it's him and I.
I'm 65, speeding up the PCH, a hell of a ride. They don't wanna see us die, yeah. Got that kind of style everybody try to rip off. YSL dress under when she take the mink off. Silk on her body, pull it down and watch it slip off. Ever catch me cheating, she would try to cut my crazy, but I love her, I could never run from her. Hit it, no rubber, never would, no one touch her. Swear we drive each other mad, she be so stubborn. She knows when I'm out, I feel like she could just sense. If I had $1 million, it was down to 10 cents. She be down for whatever, never gotta convince. No.
Hope to die to my lover, I'd never lie. To be true, I swear I'll try. In the end, it's him and I. He's out his head.
time. Only one who gets me, I'm a crazy Gemini. Remember this for when I die. Everybody dressed in all black suits in a tie. My funeral be lit if I ever go down or get caught or they identify. My bitch was the most solid, nothing to solidify. She would never cheat, you never see her with a different guy. Ever tell you different, then it's a lie. See, that's my downman. See, that's my soldier. She keep that dang. If anyone, we do drugs together, sell clubs together, and we both go crazy. We was to sever, you know. We keep mobbing, it's just me and my. The world, we just gon' keep getting rich, you know.
Cross my heart, hope to die. To my lover, I'd never lie. Said be true, I swear I'll try. In the end, it's him and I. He's out his head, I'm on my mind. In the end, it's him and I. Him and I. In the end, it's him and I. I hope that I do you, I'd never lie. For you, I'd take a life. It's him and I swear.
To the end, I'ma ride with you. Mob and get money, get high with you. Yeah. Stay solid, never lie to you. Swear most likely I'ma die with you.
Cross my heart, hope to die. To my lover, I'd never lie. Said be true, I swear I'll try. In the end, it's him and I. He's out his head, I'm on my mind. We got that love, the crazy. Him and I.
We are back, y'all. Wild Not Wednesday, Deftal Radio, JQ and De Niro. So, yeah, it was a pretty interesting show today.
Yeah, it was.
Talking about Ye and basketball.
Yeah.
And basketball and Ye. Kanyeezy. So I saw you were watching the little
Yeah, it was like
Infinity War, like
why Avengers 4 will blow you away.
yeah. So I said that it's going to be. They're hinting that it might. They don't want to do the same thing as the store as the actual comic book because it's going to be.
So when they're
It's gonna be
talking
re-
about this might be the intro to the Marvel multiverse.
Oh, okay. So, how do I explain this?
Are all the characters that we're aware of, like maybe not you, but the most popular guys?
Yeah, like multiple dimensions, multiple alternate realities. Right? Is that imagine that, and the way that they describe it in the comic books is that each Earth vibrates at a certain frequency, right?
Oh, so it's not a different planet.
It's not a different. It's still the same Earth.
Oh,
right?
okay.
So then, in one Earth, you'll have a Captain America that is America, but let's say he has the same personality as Iron Man, all right. And in another one, he could be like Captain Germany or something like that, you know. So it's the same guy but different realities, right? So from a comic book perspective, when you're looking at the Marvel Cinematic Universe, they take a lot of stuff from it, but they started this thing called the Ultimate Universe, right? So it's almost like a retelling of all these different characters, right? So like Spider-Man is, you know, again he's a teenager, but he dies in this universe, and another Spider-Man takes over, right? Or Wolverine in the X-Men was that's the whole Ultimate Universe. So if you remember watching the first Avengers movie, you remember that one? So the aliens that attacked New York, right? The aliens attacked New York were the Chitauri were from the Ultimate Universe in Marvel Comics, right? But in the actual Marvel universe, they're called the Skrulls.
Okay.
So it's different, but I think what the movies are going to do different is that they're actually going to introduce they're going to have the Chitauri, but they're also going to have the Skrulls. They're also going to have the Kree. So yeah, what the Marvel Cinematic Universe is doing is that they're pulling different aspects of, you know, different universes and kind of just making their own stuff.
And from what I heard, there's only 2 Avengers left. Movies left. They're trying to wrap up the storyline.
And then I think
and then what happens after that?
A storyline that's sitting just in that alone that's waiting to
okay.
to blossom. Then, you know, with the Fox buyout of, or I'm sorry, the Marvel buyout of Disney buyout of Fox. We're probably going to see the introduction of like a retelling of the X-Men. They're probably going to bring out a better version of Fantastic Four. That's why you'll never Doctor Doom. Doctor Doom was never a major player in the Marvel Cinematic Universe yet. They haven't even mentioned him yet. But he's probably about on the same level as Thanos, as Red Skull, as like the major hitters, right? So, yeah, like with this next phase, they have so many different opportunities to go with. They could probably more thing, so. But yeah, after how many years how many years? It's been 10 years, right? That they said since the very first Iron Man. Like in that 10-year span, how big did they grow that universe? It's crazy big, right? So yeah, I mean, I'm we're gonna look forward. We're looking forward to that. I don't know about DC though. They got Aquaman. They got a second Wonder Woman movie coming out. What else? Flash. I don't know. Like, I don't know, man. I don't know. It's tough. It's tough. Oh, not to mention, like, there's still another Black Panther movie coming out. There's so many different avenues. Like, even though
and that Spider-Man cartoon looks so dope.
So that's more Ultimate Universe Marvel.
Okay.
Because Miles Morales, who's the Green Goblin, who's actually, because you've seen Green Goblin in the comic books, right?
Yeah.
So in the Ultimate Universe, he's a real monster. Like he's huge, like Hulk size with like Goblin features and all that. So Peter Parker fights off. I think he was trying to. I think the Green Goblin. I can't remember the storyline because it's been a while since I read it, but apparently he was trying to in the process, and then Miles Morales takes over as the next Spider-Man because he gets his powers almost the same way. But he can actually his other powers that Peter doesn't have is that he can actually disappear.
Oh, okay.
He can go totally like invisible, like a shock thing that he does. So, but that movie I'm looking forward to. I think that's coming out Christmas or something like that. Yeah, I'm looking forward to it because it looks like with the music and like just a lot of stuff coming along. Anyways, that's 5:50. We still got a little bit of time.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I need to make another shout out to Monica again. She was like,
she's like, I have to be listening when you do it.
One of those. No, she heard it the first time, but she wanted to record.
Shout out, Monica.
Yeah, I mean, God, we're like in the sports limbo right now. So football's in its preseason. Baseball's starting to wrap it up. I think I don't know how many games we got left. And then basketball isn't even in preseason. Hockey's not even in preseason yet. What else? I mean, there's golf and other stuff, but yeah, I can't think of anything else. We're like August is like a limbo,
yeah.
Whereas like nothing to really watch. I mean, yeah, obviously football's starting up, but we're not deep in the season yet. We're not even starting the season yet. So, do we know? Because they're still in the playoffs. So I would imagine like maybe December, January. Is that when they start up again? Their season's definitely shorter than ours. Or ours than the NBA's. Well, season start 2018. Hope we get a date. I'll look at that later.
Nothing, huh?
Okay. Nothing. We're probably looking at like maybe. I don't know. We're probably looking at like maybe October, November. I mean, which is about the same time as NBA, but they don't. They have less games. And you had mentioned Elena Deladon.
Yeah.
They're just killing it. She got injured, right?
Yeah.
She went down with like what was it, like an ankle sprain or something like that.
Something
So
about her Achilles. But I saw how when she like
she
rolled
planted.
rolled
Oh,
her
she
ankle.
rolled it.
Yeah, but something about
Didn't really watch her play, but her name was already coming up like 5 years ago. Like,
man,
she's crazy good, bro.
she's like kind of like the first time I watched LeBron out on the court.
Mhm.
He's so much bigger than everybody else, but he's
Yeah.
so agile at the same time.
Oh yeah. Coming up in the sports media lately is that, and Skylar Diggins of I can't remember what team she's on. She called out the inequity of players' pay between the WNBA and the NBA, right? She like I think 6 figures, like a low 6 figure, while you got like low salary for like a low end player is like still in the millions, right? Quality like she made this example. She compared herself to Harrison Barnes. Okay, he is a one-time champion. He has 1 ring, but other than that, he has nothing. He has no All-Star appearances, nothing like that, right? Skylar Diggins on the All-Star games, got like first team All WNBA, stuff like that. She's a lot of accomplishments, but she's getting paid a fraction of what Harrison Barnes is getting paid. So,
does the NBA originate?
I mean, they have a great argument. Yeah, they should get paid more, but
not as many people go to the games.
Not as many people go to the game. I want to say 14, like 7 on each, maybe even less, maybe 12. Something like that. I can't remember how many teams exactly, but when was the last time you saw a really good attending WNBA game? You haven't, right? It's on like you haven't seen a
really young league. It'll grow every year.
Oh yeah, yeah.
It'll get there.
It'll get there eventually, but I mean, what they're asking for now probably won't happen for a while.
I thought it was the 2000s.
No, I remember. Hold on. Start of the WNBA. I mean, it's been 20 years, but if you look at NBA, they started in the 40s. Players weren't getting paid until the 60s.
Yeah.
So
that's what I mean.
It'll get there, but it just won't. It's probably not going to happen anytime soon. So, yeah.
It's crazy because they were up 10 the whole game.
Dang.
After she got
She's dope, dude. She's tall too, man. Hold on. Let me find out how tall she is. Elena Deladon. Oop, wrong one.
We got 2 minutes left, so
We got 2 minutes left. 6'5". She looks way taller, like on TV. It's weird. Like you hear 6'5", 6'5" in the WNBA. She's like super tall. Like she's lanky too. So.
Yeah.
But anyways, that is it for our show. We're gonna wrap this up. Shout out to our folks that tune in on YouTube Live. Share and like the video as always. Thanks to our folks that tuned in on the app. We haven't given a shout out to our folks on the app. Oh man, like no like DJ,
No.
just like how we did before, just play music and talk in between.
Yeah.
But yeah, we're gonna get as soon as Mist feels better and as soon as Verse gets his 80,000 songs wrapped up, then we'll get him back here in the studio. So in the meantime, that's it for our show. Thanks for tuning in, y'all. Hit us on radio.com. Until next Wednesday, 4 to 6 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. I'm your man JQ. That's DJ De Niro. We are out. Peace.